Right, let's play Fairy Bounce Annex.
Sorry I'm late.
Hopefully we get the island here. Negative. All attacks. Killing Torbran, which is really nice. Down to 4, we draw a card. Hey everybody, welcome back. Thanks for taking the time to watch Hello Good Game. Today we're playing Azorius Tempo Upgraded Edition. This is our intermediate version. Be sure to check out our beginner's handbook, link in the description below, if you're interested in any of our free-to-play decks. I think we've got like 15 or more free-to-play decks, 0 rares, 0 mythics, and then we have an intermediate version with an upgrade guide, some notes there, and then an expert version as well. So a lot of really cool resources for new players to MTG Arena. So, Azorius Tempo Upgrade Guide. We're going to take a look at the deck list, talk about some strategy, get into some gameplay footage, then come full circle with some closing thoughts. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you find value in this video. Also, hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on any of our future uploads. Be sure to tell this channel about your friends who you think might also enjoy it. And most importantly, you guys, join our Discord, link in the description below. Check out our community contests and giveaways. We have a ton of things going on that I would absolutely love for you guys to partake in. And I think once you get involved, you're going to be very happy that you took the initiative to do so. So with all that being said, let's get into it. Our deck starts off with 2 Spectral Sailors. This is a flash flying creature, 1/1, and you can pay for to draw a card. Moving on to our 2 drops, we have 4 Brindborn Cutthroats, a 2/1 with flash, and whenever you cast a spell during your opponent's turn, put a 1/1 counter on Brindborn. 4 Fairy Vandals, a 1/2 with flash and flying. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, put a 1/1 counter on Fairy Vandal. 1 copy of Omen of the Sea. It has flash, it's an enchantment. When Omen of the Sea enters the battlefield, scry 2, and then draw a card. You can pay 3, sacrifice it to scry 2 later on. We have 3 copies of Quench, counter target spell unless its controller pays 2. 3 copies of Starlit Mantle, another enchantment with flash. Enchant creature you control. When Starlit Mantle enters the battlefield, enchanted creature gains hexproof until end of turn. Enchanted creature also gets +1/+1. We have 2 copies of Dovin's Veto, an instant spell. This spell can't be countered, and you target a non-creature spell. And counter it, I should say. Staggering Insight, 4 copies of this. An enchantment without flash. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1, has lifelink, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. So that's really groovy. We have 2 copies of Brazen Borrower. It has Petty Theft tagged to it, an instant. Return target non-land permanent and opponent controls to its owner's hand. And then the creature is a 3/1 with flash and flying and can only block flyers. 2 copies of Mystical Dispute. This is a counter spell. It costs 2 less if you target a blue spell, and you counter target spell unless its controller pays 3. 2 copies of Sinister Sabotage. Counter target spell, Surveil 1, which means you look at the top card, leave it there, or put it into the graveyard. Law Mage's Binding. Another enchantment with flash. Enchanted creature cannot attack or block, and its activated abilities cannot be activated. 2 copies of Fairy Time Raveler. This is a planeswalker that comes into the battlefield with 4 loyalty counters. Each time an opponent, each opponent can cast only spells anytime they could cast a sorcery, and +1 until your next turn you may cast sorcery spells as though they had flash, and -3 return up to 1 target artifact, creature, or enchantment to its owner's hand and draw a card. We have 2 absorbs, counter target spell, you gain 3 life. And then we jump all the way up to a 6 drop, you guys, where we have 2 copies of Dream Trawler. It's a 3/5 with flying and lifelink. However, whenever you draw a card, Dream Trawler gets +1/+0 until end of turn. And whenever Dream Trawler attacks, you draw a card. So you draw on your upkeep, and then you draw when you attack. So he's going to be a 5/5 with flying and lifelink. You can also discard a card. Dream Trawler gets hexproof until end of turn, and you tap it. 8 plains, 11 islands, 2 Hallowed Fountains, and 2 Temple of Enlightenments. That's the deck list. Pretty easy, pretty basic. Now let's get into the strategy. The strategy for this deck is a little complex, but I think you're going to be able to wrap your minds around it pretty easily, especially if you go back and watch our first video, the free-to-play version. Link in the description below. We've got some really nice matches in there for you guys to kind of get the feel of the deck, and it might be helpful to learn how to play it in its bare bones version before you start upgrading it. So be sure to check that video out. But again, to recap, our general strategy is to play flash creatures, protect them, and kill our opponent, right? Ideally, most of our flash creatures have flying. Spectral Sailor, Fairy Vandal, Brazen Borrower all have flying, so we can smash our opponents. Dream Trawler does not have flash, but he's big enough and can protect himself without the counterspell because of his hexproof ability. We have Staggering Insight, which is our main card of the deck, our draw engine, and our sustainability engine through life because of all the mono red. So we're using Staggering Insight on something, and then we want to make sure we've got a Dovin's Veto or an Absorb, a Quench, something to protect it from removal, right? It's really important that once we do get Staggering Insight down on something, that we protect it by all costs. That's basically it, you guys, right? Get to Fairy out so they can't mess with it so much. And just hold those counter spells. Brineborn Cutthroat's really great if you're going to be counterspelling everything, just to tick, 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 tick up. All of a sudden he's huge and you can smash your opponent. There's not much to it. When you're going for lethal damage, you can use your Law Mage's Binding, or if there's like a really big creature who's just oppressing you, make sure you deal with that, right? We can also bounce with the Fairy and then counter it after we've bounced it with the Fairy. Keep Starlit Mantle for things that target creatures you control. Keep Absorb and Dovin's Veto for things that don't target creatures you control. That's a good way to prioritize your counters, so you make sure that you have the right counter for the right situation when you do use it. Again, get your tapped lands in first. If you have more rares than this when you're building the deck, be sure to check out our upgrade guide in the beginner's handbook, link in the description below again. And we're going to talk about each card and how many you should add, and if you have more, how you should feel free to add those as well, depending. Like in this deck, obviously we don't want 4 Dream Trawlers, but we do want 4 of our tapped lands, or our dual lands, right? So that's our general strategy. Again, you guys, if you're looking for more, please check out our first Azorius Tempo free-to-play video, link in the description below. And yeah, with that all being said, thank you for watching. Don't forget, we're live on Twitch every single morning, 6 a.m. PST. We'd love to have you. Also join our Discord, check out the community tab, say hello. We'd love to have you there as well. We have over 500 people in our Discord, you guys. So it's a great way to find matches, make friends, and talk about Magic literally all day long. So with that all being said, thank you all for your time and attention. I cannot tell you how much I sincerely appreciate you guys. You're amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's get into today's gameplay footage. All right, you guys. Top 600. Woof. We're here with a free-to-play Azorius Tempo Upgrade Guide. I do hope you enjoy. It's gonna be pretty sweaty, right? We're at the end of the season, everybody's trying to push rank. This, I guess, is a non-qualifying month, so your rank doesn't matter. That's why I've hopped off that bandwagon and started to just showcase these free-to-play decks for you guys. Our opponent is definitely taking his time. I don't think it's our internet. I mean, top 600, you definitely got to weigh the options in your hand. He's probably got spreadsheets and math he's doing, right? Running draw simulations based on his hand. That'd be crazy. So let's just wait our turn, I guess, you guys. This makes for an exciting video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell icon so you're notified of our future uploads. And most importantly, jump in our Discord, surround yourself with our community members, get into some of our contests and giveaways, right? It is finally our turn. Let's start with that Mystical Dispute. Mono red, just absolutely loving it. Let's hold the throne here. Have him play, drop our Brineborn. Well, I really like Robber of the Rich. I say we let it hit. Let's play our Brineborn. Let's pass our turn, keep the defender up. I'm definitely quenching Annex. Without question. He didn't attack. Doesn't want to trade. He could have. I guess let's hang out. We have an option to Mystical Dispute here. Run away Steamkin. In all honesty, probably. That puts our Brineborn up. Go 4-3. Let's get that attack. I don't think he'll block. That's our first damage. Loving it. And ending our turn, we're going to keep a Starlit Mantle up. We're going to keep a Brazen Borrower up. And if not needed, we're going to use our Fairy Vandal. Torbran hits the field. He's pretty tough. We can easily deal with this. Right? He doesn't have the land to play it. So let's bounce it. Just before he gets to draw a card off us. And now we can play our Fairy Vandal, pick our Brineborn up even further. And by golly, Staggering Insight is exactly what we want. Let's put it on our flyer, spreading our threat damage. And he can not kill us. So this is huge for us. We have to draw a card, gain some life. Woof. And we have protection, you guys. Annex Harden in the Forge. Pretty cool. Robber of the Rich, pretty cool as well. Whoops. He gets a heavy hit, right? Striking with his Robber. Draws one of our cards off the top. Ooh, a Teferi. We could push our Fairy up to 4. No, let's play it slow. Right, let's play Teferi, bounce Annex.
Sorry I'm late.
Hopefully we get the island here. Negative. All attacks. Killing Torbran, which is really nice. Down to 4, we draw a card. And it is a land. Comes in tapped. We'll accept it. And an island. We'll accept that as well for our Dream Trawler, you guys. This looks like a win. Very nice. We can't protect our Fairy Vandal, which is less than ideal. That's one of our main goals here, is to keep Staggering Insight alive. He's going to play our Teferi, bounce our Vandal. Shoot.
Trust me. You'll thank me later. Time. Don't worry. I got this.
So let's just shut down his Annex. Put our Staggering Sight back on our Cutthroat for fun. And there is the kill, you guys. Top 600 win with one of our free-to-play deck upgrades, you guys. That's as good as it's ever gonna get. I don't think this is a good hand, but I think we should keep it. Gonna try to hold up our Mystical Dispute and get his Teferi off the start, and hopefully that's enough, right? We are getting our land drops, which is quite nice. If he doesn't drop, we can borrow. Oh no, the sea is fine. This is on our end step here, so we don't want to touch it. A big way on how to beat these control decks is you want to play on their turn, which our deck is actually set up to do. The only thing we need to avoid is his Teferi, which actually shuts down us playing on his turn. So we should see it here. Okay, no Teferi, we go in with our borrower. He needs to counter it. Back to our turn. We get the land, and we can just start slamming. End our turn here. Thirst for Meaning, I am totally okay with, in all honesty. We could counter it, but it's just a draw. Maybe we counter it if it had a discard function to it before the draw, where he casts it, discards, and then we can counter it, so he just discarded for nothing. But we'd rather counter to Fairy. Right. Please and thank you. No way. He Mystical Disputes our Mystical Dispute? Wow. Oh, we can actually just pay for that. That's nice. I was thinking that we might have to Starlit Mantle our Borrower to give it hexproof and then attack the Teferi. But this is okay. Withholding our Sinister Sabotage now for the counter. That's a very nice top deck. Another Teferi. Oh my god. Dovin's Veto, probably. Wow. And we actually can't bounce or give our borrower hexproof now, which feels bad.
Might be a bad idea.
There's worse things that have happened though, right? We have to play our flashes now. And I imagine, I can just imagine he's got a Time Wipe chillin'. Borrower on the field, and let's just hold up our Starlit Mantle here. I mean, I'd love to get a Fairy Vandal in play, but I think protecting our borrower is of a higher priority, as we've seen what happened last turn. Oh, Teferi, I can't cast this with Flash. What am I thinking? All of our counters are dead now as well. Feels pretty bad. We're just casting these out regular. Elspeth's on the field with only a Teferi in the grave.
I've got it.
Ouch. And then a Narset shuts down our draw if we do get our Staggering Insight. So you'll see just how bad this deck is against Teferi. It's so important, you guys. Make sure you're getting those quenches, those Dovin's Vetoes, anything like that. Birth of Maltese is fine. Maybe not. He could have a borrower to bounce us. That would be annoying. Really? I've got to keep my mouth shut, you guys. I've got to learn not to speak, because that is brutal. We can pretend he doesn't have Shatter the Sky and hope that the Dream Trawler can somehow provide enough value for us. Okay, he takes his new Teferi, I guess. 2 additional loyalties on it. Looking for a Shatter the Sky.
Keep an open mind.
Oh my gosh. Again, we gotta learn how to not predict our demise, you guys. We need to predict our wins. because, you know, that stuff does have
Oh, I've done the hero
a little
thing
bit to do with
before.
it. He should be casting his Shatter the Sky instant speed on my next attack phase. That's on him, though. He could do it. It doesn't matter. I think the game's over. Yeah, Gideon Backblade, baby.
I walk a righteous path.
I don't know if Gideon really syncs with the deck too well, in all honesty. It's kind of a weird card. But, Oh, he put it out to give it indestructible to keep his 0-4. That's such an elitist play, it's not even funny. And again, we're in with more counter spells. Teferi's got 6 to bounce. Why don't we just go give ourselves the way out? He knows. Alright, we're going to take the mulligan here. Need more creatures. We do have a Brineborn and a Sabotage. Just looking for that Plains, I guess. We're going to toss an island. Being greedy with our hand. Azorius Control or Mono Red? What do you guys think? Ooh, Rakdos Sacrifice. Aren't we in for a treat? We draw another island, so that'll be 4 total. Woof. Okay, 2 Sinister Sabotage at least is nice. Yeah, I don't care. You need to put your oven down. There we go. Another Brineborn can stay. So he gets to hit us still. Whatever. Let's take that damage back. Hopefully we can play another Cutthroat and not our Sabotage. No, that's definitely Sabotage material. That actually clicks our Brineborn up out of his reach, which is so nice. Plains can stay for our Absorb. Running a good line of top decks here. He doesn't attack, he wants to defend. Hexproof, not protection. Let's pass as well. He only has 3 cards left. We have an Absorb, we have protection, we have a Cutthroat. Oh my god. That is a heavy drop, you guys. Rankle, Master of Pranks. Our Cutthroat goes up a little bit more. Alright, we're down to 2 as well. Kind of a weird situation. We need rid of this Enforcer. We need a Dream Trawler or Staggering Insight, please. Scry's nice. Another Brineborn Cutthroat. You know what? Let's just try to abuse it. 3 copies of any 1 cards are very good. Why did we say that more than one copy of any card is very good? Oh my god. We cannot handle 2 Mayhem Devils. Ouch! So we're holding our own, somehow. 2 Mayhem Devils. I don't know how we're gonna win this. He's gonna toss down like a Woe Strider on us or something. I gotta quit doing that. Get Woe Strider out of my mind. We're thinking of like, Llanowar Elf. He's probably got green in there he's looking for his Llanowar Elves, you guys. As long as we can hold a flash card in our hand to disrupt his Mayhem Devil's damage. Right? That's kind of good. Hold the Fawn. I need to counter this in case he doesn't have anything else, just for the counters, like the clicks on our Brineborns. Even if he has another good spell, we can't take the chance that he doesn't. Right, it could be a land. Oh, it's claimed the Firstborn, of course. Rip. Yeah, taking it on the chin. What a stupid game. Taking it, now he's gonna smash it, kill this one. I guess we may as well have at least mitigated the damage. We could have taken only 2 instead of 7. That's just how angry I am, you guys. I can't handle it. I love the land, though. I love the land. That's game. 2 Mayhem Devils in the house. My worst nightmare literally coming true. Good God. I like it. 3 land plus our Fairy Vandal, which, as we've seen, or talked about at least, is just such a good blocker against Fervent Champion. Did he just skip his first turn? No. Play that land, Billy. Alright. So no Fervent Champion, at least. Maybe he accidentally was spamming the button. That's something red decks do, is they spam the spacebar. Turn 2 Robber with the draw, as he has on the play. Takes our best card. And then we draw it back. Crazy! Two Robber sucks. Hopefully he doesn't want to. He does. Ouch. Lands, whatever. Big damage here. Alright, let's pass. If he doesn't cast, we're just gonna Law Mage his Robber. Ooh, takes a Staggering Insight. That hurts. And then a Fairy Vandal. Wow. He has a land, he can cast them both. I'm gonna lose my mind. Hopefully we can force him into playing something else. Our Starlit Mantle helps us survive, unless he does that. Just trying to mitigate the damage there. We have no... Oh, we do have the Quench. If he drops a land, it's useless, though. Let's just pass. We can't touch the Robber. Right, he can pay the Quench cost. Let's let it hit. And let's drop this one. He still has 2 land left. So we could run into another Colossus, so I want to avoid the damage and let his attack go through, I think. My biggest fear is him playing our own cards against us with his Robber this turn. Hopefully he doesn't want to lose it. So he can just straight up protect it. Ouch. No blocks, let's take it on the chin. Then he gets to drop whatever card of ours he wants. Which sucks. Yeah, he goes Staggering Insight, makes sense. Let's pass again. We have an Absorb if it's crazy. We have a Dovin's Veto as well. I would like to Veto Quench combo, that would be cool. Let's quench this and push out our Fairy Vandal. He wants to claim the firstborn, but we're actually just going to give it X-proof, I think, right? Give it an extra counter. We need our own Staggering Insight, so we can get a little bit of life gain going here. It's going to be his turn. We still have the Absorb. No attacks, and turn. We'll kill him with our Brazen Borrower instead and keep a defender so he can't cash in on Staggering Insight. The Goblin can't really do anything, but let's let it hit. Let's see what he's got in store for us. Nothing on my side for him is enough. And I do have the Absorb / Veto. Let's just veto that. Go even higher, eats his mana. And, yeah. So that's okay. Let's put our Borrower in there. Whoops. I think we were going to keep our Brineborn back there, but oh well, let's just smack him. Let's end our turn. We can Vandal and Absorb here, so no matter what he does, we should be okay. Let's just see what he does in return. No blocks here. We have lethal next turn unless he plays a blocker. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. We get our Staggering Insight just in time. Woof. Alright, you guys, that was Azorius Tempo, our first upgrade, our intermediate version. Be sure to check out our beginner's handbook for this deck list and many more, along with our upgrade guides and notes for the decks. We have just a ton of information and resources for you guys within our beginner's handbook. And not only for free-to-play standard decks, we've got limited guides, we've got everything covered that you could possibly think of. And if there is anything you can think of that's not in there, please reach out to me in the Discord and we're gonna add it for you guys, because if you want it, there's a chance there are hundreds of people that are looking for that as well. So again, I wanna take a second to appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, you guys, we're going to see you same time, same place tomorrow. Take care. Have a great day. If you liked today's video, be sure to check out some of our other content. We built playlists for our guides for beginners, and then we also have our greatest hits, which is a collection of our most popular videos. You can also subscribe if you're interested in winning up to 500,000 gems. So do that, tap that like button, send this out to a friend who you think might be interested in it as well, and have a great day.